Hi, welcome to my channel, Gigi's Altered Objects. I'm going to share a project with you today. I love all crafting, but my absolute favorite type of crafting is paper crafting and making these interactive mini albums. At the very end of the video, I'll show you how I bind the actual book to start, and then after that you can let your creative juices flow and do so many things. The person who first inspired me to get started making interactive mini albums is Anne from Anne's Paper Crafting. So I want to give a shout out to her. Thank you so much. The cover of this one isn't quite finished. This one is a customer asked me to create a couple gifts for Christmas. This is the first one, Harry Potter. I'm waiting to get a pair of glasses that I ordered that I'm going to deconstruct and put on the book, and I'm not sure how I'm going to put it, so I haven't added the extra flowers. You can see I have some metal flowers and some blue homemade flowers, some Prima flowers, and some black petals ready to put together, and I'll create clusters, 2, maybe 3 clusters after I can put the glasses on and see how it'll look. So I'm just going to set these aside. I just wanted you to know that the cover will be a little fancier. The paper that I used in the book, most of it came from Amazon, and I just searched for some Harry Potter. It's not something that I had in my collection, but I was able to use a few other things from my collection. So here's the spine. And I found these items, except for the beads, of course, were mine already. But the rest, the little bottle came from my collection. It's the first time I got to use one of the black ones, but I thought it looked really cute. This was on the half-off shelf at Michael's with the steampunk embellishments, and I thought it worked well. And I thought that was pretty cool, too. So those are the little bangles on the spine. I also put a nameplate, so the recipient, Leah, can put slide her name in there if she would like to. The closure is rather like a hinge closure, and I just sewed the pieces onto some lace. So it just closes like that. And this lace is rather flexible and stretchy, so that there's plenty of room to add all the goodies that the recipient can put in there. All right, so first page opens up with a magnet. This is kind of welcoming you to Hogwarts, and there are different little tags and pulls. This one I stamped Imagine on. And when you take these out, this lifts up and closes with a magnet. So you can either journal on here, she could put pictures in here, or if she wants to change out the pictures, the magnet can hold the picture in there. And then of course the pocket, you can add whatever you'd like to add in there. And I have this little owl as a little safeguard. I added a little chain with a key, and there are more tags on that side. And then of course this closes with a magnet. This paint, I don't even know if it's for sale yet. I picked it up at the Pinners Convention, and this is what it's called. This one is called Dragonfly Glaze, and they only had 2 colors. I believe the people, I don't remember the name, that's shame on me, I have a bag with their name on it. I think that they were actually creating this. I painted the wood pieces with this metallic acrylic paint, and this is called Steel, and I picked that up at Target. And then I put 2 coats of the gloss finish on it, and in the light you can see it matches the paper underneath so well. It just changes colors. It does blue and purple, and those are the exact colors in the page. So this is a little booklet that I made, and there's a pocket here and just a little foldable. All right, and each section has a pull-out. Some of them are blank, some of them have photo mats. This one has a photo mat that says Harry Potter. So each page has a pull-out. All right, and here this page represents getting on the train. So of course it says platform 9 3/4. I also put that sticker here. Each side has a little envelope that I made with a little tag in it. And then from the packaging of the Harry Potter paper, I cut out this tiny one and put it on this side. And then I cut out a tiny one like that and put it in here. And this one just says adventure. I know I should put these in when I'm done. It takes too long doing that, sorry. Okay, and then each side opens up and we have pockets with tags. I liked this clock and I thought, well, it's time to get on the train. I found this in my stash and it looked so much like the suitcases that they use. And then this train was in my travel steampunk and I thought that went well too. So I added those as some photo mats. And of course there's a pull-out. All right, on this side, this is one of my signature pages with the zipper on it. And I found this cute little charm and it opens up and it has place for your photos. And I cut this tiny picture of Harry Potter, if you can see that in there, and put that in there. And then there's lots of cool embellishments. I made the little book, spell casting, and added a few of the stickers from the collection on those pages. And then there's a little pull-out and some little advertisements. Mrs. Pomeroy's Casting Cauldron, The Cursed Mansion, Haunted Houses, Creepy Castles. And then this page lifts, let's see, I'm backwards here. So this one goes up, and you have a photo mat and more tuck places. And then I created this cute little hat with a little stuffed tag. And then the hat holds it in place, and there's another little wizardry advertisement. And then this page opens down. Let me pull it up so you can see that. And there's a photo mat here with a cool little paper clip. She can attach that or put photos or whatever it is she likes. Then I made little bitty on both sides. These just kind of turn out like this. And that's again with the spell. And this one is my favorite wizard, and it does the same thing. To either put little tiny photos or put any secret little journaling you want. You can tuck memorabilia in those pockets. All right. And this is a magnet seal. It keeps falling off. This cool little bottle lifts out. Again, you could put secret journaling or photos on it. And this particular idea was from one of the very first mini albums I did, and that idea was from Anne of Anne's Paper Crafts. And this whole pull-out, actually. So it pulls out like this. Let me scoot it over a little. So you have tuck places there. And it looks like my little magnet one fell off. No big deal. And then the back side, this one attaches with a magnet, and it has a few little bottles that are held together with that cool little key and a brad. And then it just sticks on with a magnet. And to keep the whole thing closed, I have this cool little clip, and that's from the Tim Holtz collection. All right, here I have more cute little bottles. This closes with a magnet, so you can put some memorabilia under there. And the feather is a pull to pull out the cool little photo mat. And I left the side open because sometimes it's easier to go from the side and the top. And this will help keep anything in place. On this side, we have envelopes. There's lots of well, Harry got his letter, of course, in an envelope, and all their envelopes are sealed with wax, so I made this little wax seal magnet and this cute little envelope. It has a webmaster card inside of it, and the other advertisement is postal service. Oh, and the actual envelope stays on with a magnet too, as long as it can be carried by a small owl. And the inkwell pulls out too. And then this envelope comes out, and I created a Hogwarts stationery, and it's an acceptance letter to the school, and it has the recipient's name on it. Try to personalize it a little bit. And of course you can add other things onto that page as well. There's enough room in that pocket. I don't know why when I'm doing a video that my magnets want to hide from me. Isn't that hilarious? Any other time I would just pick it up and it would go exactly, there it is, exactly where it needs to be. All right, just this window. We open here, and this is a magnet as well, and a little booklet with little tuck places, and the 4 houses are represented in there. It has little pockets and tuck places. Let's see if my magnet will cooperate with me. I figured out what happened. I will have to fix that. It sticks to this magnet. So this is also a magnet, and there's a little tuck place back here, but there's a little magnet to help hold it in place. And here the 4 houses are represented. And then this lifts up. You have a little tuck place. Oh, I have to share this. This is pretty cool. And this whole little thing, I believe most of the things inside of this were also from Anne. I have a little foldable in here. The wand chooses you. Wizard, can you see down here? It says Nimbus 2000, and there's the broom. And I have a little graphic 45 policy envelope in there. I think those are so cool. And a little tuck place up here. Those who don't believe in magic never find it, but let me share this with you. So on the outside it says secrets open at your own risk, and I made a cute little booklet, and you see I have put some metal hinges on it, and then you open it up and there's a pocket here. And this envelope, this design came from Anne's paper crafting. I took apart the original one I made. I decided I did not want to sell the original book. It means too much to me and I love it, so I'm going to keep it, and then I can pull things apart and use them as a pattern as well. And then on this side she had a foldable, and this one was from, I think, Old Curiosity Shop, so it had something from that paper on it, but I just chose to put a key since it's Harry Potter, and a couple of the stickers from one of the sticker packs. So that little packet was inspired by Miss Anne. Oops. And then here I decided to make a little foldable with the Harry Potter glasses that came in one of the Inferior packs. And I had this little Brad, and I noticed that that showed up in a few places too. Then I put a little sticker of his glasses on the inside. Believe in your own magic. And then here is his owl. I should have put the owl's name on there now that I think about it. In his little cage. And this turns with a brad for either journaling or photographs. And there's 3 pages plus the top. And I thought that one lifted 2. It seems like I have skipped a page. Was it this one? New. All right, there is another page because there is a different photo map that, oh, I showed that to you already. Okay, all right. Then on the last page, I had trouble finding just wizard things, so I found this graduation gown, and then I looked online at what his scarf looked like, and I created one of those. And I love this little saying, "You're lucky I can't use magic away from school." And I created a little booklet that slides behind his gown, so I say, and the wand helps keep it there. And then on the very last page, I made, I'll have to tack these down with some better glue. The sticky seems to have worn off of them. But anyway, I made a little sign with several of the places mentioned in the book, and attached a broom and his owl. And then it opens up. Actually, you can keep it closed better with a little arrow. And then there is a magnet here on the very back. All right, so that is my project. And I'm going to show you how, just with some chipboard and black paper, this is how the binding begins. This is the shell that I start with, and I'll show you how easy it is to do. The actual covers are 8 by 7, and the spine is 3.5, and those are chipboard. So I lay them out. Well, the first thing I do is, depending on what color the book is going to be, I put duct tape to smooth the edges and make them look finished, and then I lay it out with maybe about 1/8 of an inch gap, and I put the duct tape here. I used to have a longer process, but now that duct tape comes in every color and it is pretty indestructible, that is how I start with the cover. And then I create the spines. So what I need to create the actual spine with is a 2-inch strip of paper that's the same, actually it's a little shorter than the length of the book. So it's probably about 6 inches. And then I score at 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 of an inch, and then fold it like this. I'll glue these two pieces together and then start fitting them on the spine. Let's see, I should have had a different color. Like this. And then I will just make sure they're all together, and I use a really good glue, E6000, for that, because it's going to be a usable part, a bendable part, and so anything that is going to be moved, bent, put together, taken apart, you know, pockets, I use E6000. You want a wet glue that's really strong. You can, sometimes I will also, just to keep it in place so it dries, I will put a piece of the red 2-sided binding tape, and I say red because it is stronger, and that's how you refer to it when you're buying it, is the red one. Then the reason I chose this type of spine is because I like to have the little pockets where you have the pullouts that I showed you that have the lace attached to them. So after you have this together and glued, I have a separate scissors, these that I use for anything that's sticky and gluey. I don't want to use my good, let's see, because that happens. I don't want to use my good fussy cutting scissors for anything that's sticky. So that by trimming the ends off, it's going to help this fit together. So all you have to do is put glue on each side and leave the top and bottom open. So one end is going to be where you're going to slide your pull out, and the other one you're going to fit over the top. And again, I do this 2 ways to keep it. I'll put a strip of the red 2-sided tape and the E6000 because you want a really sturdy glue for this. So that is how I begin and make my shell, and after that, the sky's the limit. All right, thank you for watching my video. I would love to see any paper crafting projects, especially mini albums that you do. Please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Happy crafting.